Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and thank you for tuning in to Canal-Algérie's nightly news. On to the headlines. The President of the Republic honors the Algerian Olympic champions winning medals in the Paris Games, namely Iman Khalif, Kylian Mmour and Jamal Sejati. An individual belonging to the terrorist MAC organization is arrested at Bijaya port in possession of arms and ammunition intended for carrying out attacks in the country. On the eve of the presidential elections, the ANI chairman reveals the details relating to this operation and recalls the regulations to abide by. And the Algerian-Qatari partnership is in the limelight with a major project of dried milk production. Welcome again. We begin with tonight's main story, where the President of the Republic, Abdelmajid Tebboune, honored this Wednesday at the Moradia Palace athletes who won medals and hoisted the flag in the important international sporting event, namely the Olympic Games 2024, an initiative that reflects the importance the President of the Republic attaches to sport and the achievements of our champions. The President of the Republic awarded the boxer Iman Khalif, the gymnast Kylian Mmour, and the runner Jamal Sejati.
السيد عبد المجيد تبون صدر مصف الاستحقاق الوطني أن يسدي تكريما بوسام الاستحقاق الوطني للرياضيين الجزائريين الفائزين في الألعاب الأولمبية سنة 2024. إن هذا التكريم المستحق من قبل السيد رئيس الجمهورية لهؤلاء الأبطال لا يعد تثمينا وتشجيعا لهم نظير ما قدموه من جهد وما كابدوا من أتعاب فصبروا واحتسبوا وفازوا بالمراتب الأولى. أرجو من الآنسة إيمان خليف أن تتقدم لتوشيحها بوسام الاستحقاق الوطني من طرف السيد رئيس الجمهورية بوسام بعد التعهيد من المصف.
الرياضية إيمان خليف توجت بالملاكمة وكانت من الأبطال، توجت بالذهب، تحظى بوسام بدرجة عهيد من المصف، كما تحظى في الوقت ذاته بشهادة إشعار بإسداء درجة وسام عهيد من المصف ومكافأة مالية من السيد رئيس الجمهورية، كما يحظى مدربها السيد محمد شعوة بمكافأة مالية هو الآخر.
السيدة كيليان مور.
الآنسة كيليان مور توجت بالذهب في اختصاص الجمباز في أولمبياد باريس لسنة 2024، تحظى بوسام بدرجة عهيد من المصف يسلمه إياها السيد رئيس الجمهورية وشهادة إشعار بإسداء درجة العهيد من المصف، إضافة إلى مكافأة مالية من السيد رئيس الجمهورية، كما يحظى مدربها السيد مارك ميشيل شيريسانكو بمكافأة مالية هو الآخر.
السيد جمال سجاتي.
الرياضي المتألق جمال سجاتي سليل مؤسسة الجيش الوطني الشعبي توج بالبرونز في الألعاب القوى اختصاص 800 متر، يحظى بوسام بدرجة جدير من المصف وينال شهادة إشعار بإسداء درجة جدير من المصف ومكافأة مالية من السيد رئيس الجمهورية، كما يحظى مدربه السيد عمر بنيدة بمكافأة مالية هو الآخر، والذي تحضر عنه زوجته السيدة نورية بنيدة مرح.
The President of the Republic then took a souvenir photo with the champions of Algeria.
مشرفين الجزائر في الألعاب الأولمبية بباريس لسنة 2024.
The President of the Republic greeted the families and parents of the heroes who honored Algeria in the 2024 Paris Olympics. The President of the Republic had talks with the technical staff who supervised Algeria's champions. The President of the Republic then greeted again Imam Khalif, Kylian Moore and Jamal Sejati, who honored the Algerian sports, commending their perseverance and high patriotism to hoist Algeria's flag. The ceremony was attended by the Army General, Chief of Staff of the People's National Army, the Principal Private Secretary, Special Advisor to the President of the Republic, the Secretary General of the Presidency of the Republic, the Minister of Youth and Sports, and member of the International Olympic Committee, and the head of the Algerian delegation who took part in the Paris Olympic Games, and the ambassador of Algeria to France. The same ceremony was attended by the technical staff of the champions and their families. The new gold and bronze medalists made the following statements.
يوم مميز أن نتلقى وسام استحقاق من طرف رئيس الجمهورية. أنا فخورة بهذا الشيء. نشكر السيد رئيس الجمهورية على هذا الوسام، وأنا فخورة كوني أنا وعائلتي أكرم في هذا اليوم. رئيس الجمهورية هو قريب لقلوبنا، ظريف في كلماته. الحمد لله كانت كلمات متبادلة تعبر عن الحب والروح الوطنية. هذا الشيء اللي نعتزوا ونتشرفوا به احنا جزائريين ويتشرفوا به والديه.
الحمد لله على هذا الإنجاز التاريخي لبلدنا الجزائر، واليوم راني فرحان في الاستقبال عند رئيس الجمهورية.
الحمد لله يا ربي وصلنا لهذا النهار. الحمد لله.
الحمد لله.
الحمد لله يا رب.
J'ai été honorée de rencontrer Monsieur le Président. Je ne pensais pas un jour le rencontrer, mais non, franchement, c'était génial et il nous a très bien accueillis et c'était très bien.
Un très grand honneur, vraiment beaucoup d'émotions parce que voilà, on a senti tout l'amour d'un peuple en fait à travers cette cérémonie aujourd'hui et voilà, c'est très émouvant. C'est très émouvant.
C'est un honneur pour nous d'avoir été accueillis ici au Palais présidentiel par le président en personne. Et donc c'est une grande fierté aussi pour nous et on était très heureux de pouvoir lui parler, lui serrer la main. Et voilà, c'est une grande fierté.
كان استقبال حار من رئيس الجمهورية، شفنا الابتسامة متبادلة على الناس كاع، وأنا جد فخور بهذا، ووالدي اليوم سعداء باللقاء تاعهم معه، والله غير أنا جد فخور بهذا الإنجاز، وإن شاء الله من القدام إن شاء الله نزيدوا نرفدوا الإعلام أكثر، ونتمنوا مستقبل زاهر لبلادنا إن شاء الله.
أول مرة حاجة في حياتي ربح جمال وتلقيت الرئيس، الحمد لله يا ربي. هذه حاجة ماشي سهلة، استقبال مليح، الله يبارك، يعني ما عنديش واش نعبر.
الحمد لله يا رب تقبلنا الرئيس تاعنا استقبال غالي، الحمد لله يا ربي، وربي جمال يحفظه ومازال ان شاء الله صغير ويجيب لنا ميداليات اخرين ان شاء الله نفرحوا بهم ان شاء الله.
Today, the Prime Minister Nadir Al-Arbawi chaired a government meeting devoted to reviewing the preparations for the upcoming social season through various proactive measures and procedures taken by the various sectors concerned in order to ensure the best conditions for the social season kickoff and for the people with special needs in addition to the beginning of university season on vocational training. The government also examined and researched a draft executive decree relating to persons eligible for detailed declaration of goods, which aims to review the regulatory framework relating to the profession of authorized customs agent, and an executive decree specifying the conditions and methods of the practice of fisheries. The government also studied a number of measures relating to monitoring the implementation of the complementary program for the development of the province of Tisinsid, approved by the President of the Republic. The government also listened to a presentation within the framework of energy transition policy on the service of battery charging stations of electric cars. To another activity of the Prime Minister, where he chaired this time the proceedings of the 188th session of the Council of State Contributions, which was devoted to the follow-up of the implementation of the decisions issued during the previous session and related to the transfer of ownership of real estate and the confiscated property by virtue of final judicial ruling, within the framework of cases of combating fraud, the interests of public economic bodies and institutions in exchange for value, in concretization of the commitments of the President President of the Republic. The State Participation Council noted with satisfaction the joint measures taken in this regard by the concerned sectors, calling on all stakeholders to facilitate the procedures that have been initiated to put the aforementioned units into operation as soon as possible, so that they can effectively contribute to reviewing the economic sectors benefiting from these transfers. In cooperation, the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the National Community Abroad, Ahmed Attaf, received a phone call from the Secretary of State for Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Affairs of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, David Lammy. The discussions revolved around Algerian-British relations and the regional and international situation in the framework of the interests of both countries. In this framework, both parties hailed the outstanding momentum in bilateral relations, notably in sectors such as trade and investment, where they both agreed to hold the third session of the strategic dialogue in Algeria soon, under the chairmanship of both foreign ministers. In regard to political issues, both ministers exchanged points of view and analysis on updates on the situation in Palestine, in the Palestinian-occupied territories, and in the Palestinian dialogue, while both parties reviewed political and security developments in the Sahel-Sahrawi region, in addition to means to promote safety, security, and development in the same region. In another context, and as part of the ongoing efforts to combat terrorism and organized crime in all its forms, the Combined Security Services proceeded on August 4, 2024, at the port of Jaya in the 5th Military Region to arrest the so-called Musa Zaidi in the company of his wife, their possession of a quantity of firearms, ammunition, a sum of money in foreign currency, as well as other objects hidden in the vehicle with the intention of smuggling them into the country from the port of Marseille. Following the operation of an investigation, the suspect individual confessed to be involved and to be a member of the terrorist organization MAC. He also stated that the seized weapons have been acquired by a network of this terrorist organization operating in the French territory, having planned to introduce them into the country and hand them over to certain elements of the cells of the said organization who act in the shadow in order to commit terrorist acts. This, according to an agenda established and commissioned with the complicity of foreign intelligence services hostile to Algeria, with the aim of sowing trouble and insecurity and disrupting thus the smooth running of the next presidential elections. As a result, and thanks to the effective use of this information, the competent security services proceeded to arrest 19 other members of the same terrorist network and to seize another significant quantity of weapons discovered at the clandestine weapons repair workshop in the province of Bijaya. This qualitative operation thus enabled the arrest of a total of 21 individuals who were presented before the competent judicial authorities and the seizure of 46 firearms of different calibers, a significant quantity of cartridges, bullets, and projectiles of various calibers, 12 pairs of binoculars, 10 bladed weapons, a set of parts and accessories of firearms, equipment and raw materials for the manufacture of ammunition, a GPS geolocation device, computers and mobile phones, and various other objects. This operation demonstrates once again the vigilance and determination of the security services personnel to thwart all plans of terrorist organizations and hostile foreign circles that target the stability and security of the country. The arrested terrorist, Musa Zaidi, revealed details on the plan of the terrorist organization MAC in these confessions.
زيدي موسى المواليد 29 جونفيي 1972 ببلدية أميزور ولاية بجاية، والمقيم حاليا في فرنسا في بلدية دوني. العنوان 14 شارع سيباستيان دوني 93 ثم اللي سقساني إذا تعرف واحد يبيع السلاح ونوارد هذا، قلت له نعرف. نقول لك صح نعرفهم، نعرف بزاف من الناس اللي يبيعوا في السلاح هذو جوات نايتوس نعرفهم. قال لي موسى باغتي دو سو مومون من بعد ما نعيط لك وانا نعيط للامين القبيلي يكونفيرمي لك لا ميسيون. داك جون بيير هذاك شريت عنده 5 مكاحل وشريت عنده 3 تاع البيه، خلصتو يعني خلصتو لا توتاليتي. بقات هذوك الاخرين بقاو هذوك لي زوت فيزي. رحت عند الجيطاني هذاك ثاني خلصتو 5000 باقي خلصتو 5000 اورو 5000 اورو. من بعد بقات لي 9 باش تولي 11 عاود وليت حتى لجون بيير كملت فيها 3 خلصتو 1500 يورو خلصتو 1500 يورو وبعد قال لي قلت له جعفر قلت له من قبل قلت له لا مينيسيون كيفاه قال لي انت عندك لا ليسونس تاع التير قال لي لا مينيسيون تاع الكاليبر 12 تشري الشيء اللي بغيت رحت عند واحد لارميري شريت كاع عندهم لا مينيسيون كاليبر 12 والكاليبر 16 بعد بقات لا مينيسيون هذيك تاع 635 765 9 ملم شريتهم ثاني في لارميري ديكالي باسكو ما تقدرش عندك 2000 كارتوش بالعام كل يوم شاك فوا نشري فيها 5 بواط 6 بواط باش مام لا بوليس ما يشكوش فيا جيت هبط لمارسي لحقت لا زون سيكوريتي واحد قدامي لافي لا بلاك قال لي روح حتى البورتابل جايه لازون هذيك تاع الديوانه تكونترولور جين هكا رفدت الكارت هذاك رفدو ومن بعد سمعت واحد يعيط له قال له رجعوا للكراج دخلت للكراج قال لي خرج لي كاع اللي جبته هذاك اللي كان يعيط عليه قالها لي ليريا قال لي عندي يومين استنى فيك قالها لي كما هاك قال لي عندي يومين قال لي على بالي جيت من الفندردي تلحق بالديمونش خرجت له كاع الشيء اللي كاين تحت السياج واللور كاع الكفر ريير عندي في الطوا كاينه واحده كفر خرجت فيها 3 مكحل هذا قال لي دور ندير لك لي مينوت دار لي مينوت
The Sidi Mohammed deputy prosecutor, Sidi Ali Bouzidina, had revealed earlier in the day more details relating to this issue during a press conference. Let's have a listen to him.
المتهم الرئيسي الذي تمت
The main suspect detained during a customs inspection confessed receiving instructions from the head of the terrorist organization MAC, adding that he tried to introduce into the national territories a large amount of arms and ammunition in his vehicle.
The National Independent Authority for Elections held a press conference in which the president of the ANI recalled the official date of the electoral campaign and the final list of voters expected in the upcoming presidential elections. Minister Kebash tells us more.
Awshish Yusuf, Taboun Abdelmajid and Hassani Sharif Abdelali, 3 candidates who will try to sway citizens on the basis of their programs and rallies within the framework of the organic law related to the electoral regime. The president of the National Independent Authority for Elections recalled that the electoral campaign due to kick off tomorrow and will last until the 3rd of September.
نهار الخميس ان شاء الله 15 تنطلق رسميا الحملة.
The electoral campaign will officially kick off tomorrow on Thursday. In addition to the candidates' activities, the media will have to equally cover these campaigns. The meetings are monitored in accordance with the legal provisions as time slots for candidates to appear in the media are equal. The media coverage must also be made in an objective and neutral way. I would like to recall that the meetings are subject to certain rules settled by the Constitution. A commission will be in charge of this mission.
It was also an opportunity to display figures relating to the electorate called upon next September following the exceptional revision of the electoral lists.
481,106 ناخب وشطب.
After the registration of 840,106 voters and the disregard of 259,767, the electorate reached a number of 23,486,061 voters. Concerning the electorate abroad, following the exceptional revision of the electoral list, the number is 16,639 voters for a total number of 865,490 voters. Therefore, the overall number for the upcoming elections is that of 24,351,551 voters.
ما وصل هيئة الناخبة إلى 865,490 ناخب.
And to ensure the smooth running of the operation, ANI mobilized all human and material means across the national territories and took the necessary measures for a flawless campaign. As for the candidates, they fulfilled all the procedures likely to ensure the success of this event and do their best to win this tough race towards the presidential palace.
Within the national strategy to enhance food security, the Qatari company Bledna, for the production of dried milk and dairy products, is to launch a huge and integrated project in southern Algeria. More precisely, in Adrar province, production expectations will exceed the 1.7 billion of milk annually. Hisham Saadouddin in Eskilou have more to say.
The Algerian-Qatari partnership, which lies in the dried milk mega project under the name of Baladna, which is the biggest plant in the world. It is located in southern Algeria,
which aligns with Baladna's vision for sustainable food security and innovation. Why specifically in the Adrar region is because it's a region that has an abundance of natural resources, and it's well suited. The dry climate is well suited to the breeding and to the rearing of cows. Baladna has developed technology to rear cows and to achieve high yields from animals in this kind of environment, and we feel that we can do the same as we've done in Qatar, but on a much larger scale.
This desert land has turned into a farm with more than 24,000 cows, producing more than 100 million liters of milk annually.
سنة 2014 الشركة باشرت كمزرعة أغنام ومزرعة ماعز. كنا مركزين في البداية على إنتاج.
In 2014, the company started as sheep and goats farm specialized in dairy production. And in 2017, the company decided to conquer the field of cow's milk production. Today, we have achieved self-sufficiency in Qatar.
Here in Baladna, we're using technology to create an environment for the animals to reach optimum yields with the cooling. We use smart soaking technology to soak the cows when they need to be soaked. And also we monitor this through a phase-on system so we can see the outside temperature, outside humidity, inside humidity, and inside temperature, so then we can change the settings as needed depending on the time of the year. This creates the environment where a cow can thrive, reach her potential, and go above and beyond yields anywhere else in the world.
Baladna, we have our own herd of Holstein dairy cows. Right now we're in the hardening barn with 3-month-old calves, where we keep them before they transfer to our climatically controlled adult animal housing. Here we monitor their feed intake, their temperature, and their vital signs.
From grazing cows and milking them to canning the product and displaying it in commercial windows. All of this takes place in just 36 hours. And the most important stages are the very advanced laboratory through which all products pass before being offered to consumers.
We are currently here in Baladna Factory Plant 3, where most of the products we make. What we do is we receive raw milk from the farm consistently throughout the day, and we convert that milk into fresh pasteurised milk, UHT milk, yogurts, drinking yogurts and cheese. Our aim is to have milk from the farm and have that converted to product and on shelf within 36 hours.
Baladna, the leading company in the production of milk and dairy products, got reputation in a record time and will initiate the same experience in Adrar province, higher expectations and for sure a more successful business story.
Also in cooperation, the Algerian-Italian investment project for cereal production is set to create around 7,000 jobs. It will be based on the same working mechanisms using the Italian Beneficie Ferrarati plant. It is part of the national plan to support the cultivation of starters. In Eskilou, once again.
in one of the sites of the Italian agricultural giant, the plant Bonifiche Ferravezzi, which signed a partnership agreement with Algeria, thus fulfilling the strategy elaborated by the leaders of the two countries.
Under the leadership of the Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune, Algeria has worked out a strategy for cereal production in the coming years, with Algeria playing a central role in ensuring food security in Algeria and even Africa.
It's in Jolanda di Savoie, in the province of Ferrara, that the agricultural plant Bonifica Ferravezzi is based. It has distinguished itself by becoming one of the largest in Europe. On the site, workers accompany each stage from production to processing thanks to advanced technologies. This experience will be transferred to Algeria via an investment of over 400 million euros. Over 6,700 jobs will be created in Algeria thanks to this project.
In this plant, everything works with precision. No mistakes are tolerated. We have a great reputation that must be preserved. I am in charge of marketing at the plant, and all workers do their utmost for a quality product under the best possible conditions.
An educational and training project is planned for BF workers in Algeria, run by Human Resources highly trained in Italy.
Noi siamo positivi ed ottimisti sull'avvio del progetto.
We are optimistic about the project, which has kicked off in a promising way, reflecting the clear long-term vision that Algerian President Abdelmajid Tebboune wishes to offer his country. The project is ambitious, as it starts the same year the agreement is signed, representing a major challenge.
Reflecting the desire of the country's highest authorities to diversify the country's non-hydrocarbon economic potential, this major agricultural project should help increase the area dedicated to a strategic domain, namely cereals and pulses.
To other news, namely the reattribution of 2 hotels in Algiers to Algérie chain. This step, part of the policy for managing confiscated assets, will enable their renovation and improvement. Here's an update with Manan Mav.
Since August 7th, the Algérie Channel has taken over 2 hotels located in the heart of the capital as part of the ongoing recovery and reassignment of confiscated real estate to public enterprises. For both the clients and the staff of the Tilimni Hotel, this transition appears to be proceeding smoothly.
We are almost always fully booked with our 22 rooms. We continue to welcome guests to our hotel, so nothing has changed.
De réceptionner les gens dans notre hôtel, donc rien n'a changé. Notre établissement.
Our establishment, the Tilimni Hotel, is now directly affiliated with the HCT Group and will be managed by Algérie chain.
Par la chaîne Algérie.
We are managing this hotel under the name Tilimli Hotel, which we have directly operated according to the standards of the Algérie hotel chain. We have acquired the second hotel located at Place Audin, which is currently undergoing renovations that we initiated ourselves. This new unit is expected to be operational within the next 2 months.
Maximum 2 mois.
Taken over by the prestigious Algérie hotel chain, this hotel is expected to gain reputation and see improvement in its services.
Hotel assets have been allocated to the public group for hospitality, tourism, and thermalism. These assets include 2 hotels in the capital Algiers, 3 in Tizi Ouzou, 1 hotel project in Wergla, as well as 1 hotel project and 2 additional projects in Adrar province.
Alongside the renovation efforts at these 2 hotels situated in the heart of downtown Algiers, Algérie chain is undertaking similar projects at several other hotel properties.
On to the operational report of the People's National Army's activity in the past week. In the context of the fight against terrorism, detachments of the People's National Army intercepted 2 support elements to terrorist groups during separate operations across the national territory. In the framework of the fight against organized crime, the continuation of the tireless efforts aimed at countering the scourge of drug trafficking in our country, combined detachments of the PNA intercepted in coordination with the different security services in operations across the military regions 49 drug traffickers and averted attempts to introduce 3 quintals and 70 kilograms of processed key through the borders with Morocco, while 5 kilograms of cocaine and 300 108,600 psychotropic tablets were seized. من تم راس برج مختار in Saleh and Ingizam, detachments of the People's National Army arrested 415 individuals and seized 11 vehicles, 71 generators, 62 jackhammers, quantities of mixture of raw gold and stones, in addition to explosives, detonation tools, and other equipment used in illegal gold mining operations. On the other hand, 24 other individuals were arrested and 5 hunting rifles, Kalashnikov submachine gun, 2 automatic pistols, 35,300 liters of fuel, as well as 62 tons of foodstuffs intended for smuggling and speculation. 46 quintals of tobacco were seized during separate operations across the national territory. Similarly, border guards thwarted at the level of our national coast attempts at illegal immigration of 285 individuals aboard traditionally made boats, while 1,172 illegal immigrants of different nationalities were arrested across the national territory. In Gaza, the death toll nears a staggering 40,000 martyrs murdered. In the past 24 hours alone, 36 Palestinians were killed in Zionist bombings, while the genocide is approaching the 11th month. We wind our news with the distinguished atmosphere prevailing in the Kasba of Algiers, a tourist hub which successfully attracts Algerian visitors from inside and outside the country. Story by Min Al-Maf.
It is 10 a.m. and their destination was Place des Martyrs. People of all ages had gathered.
Moi, pour ma part, j'avais l'habitude de passer toutes mes vacances à la Kasba, à Bab Jdid.
I used to spend my holidays in the Kasba in Bab Jdid. My family has since moved, but I was fortunate to return with my wife and children. I wanted to show them the Kasba where I spent my holidays as a child. We were lucky to get in touch with an excellent guide. It is summer, people are friendly, and while it's a bit warm, we are happy to be here.
Et voilà, on est content d'être là.
Many others came to stroll through the narrow lanes of the Kasba, eager to discover its history and architecture.
Quand il chassait les gens, allez dehors, dehors, dehors. Alors l'Algérie, j'adore, et la Kasba.
I love Algeria. We are just starting our tour of the Kasba, but I think it is going to be great. I am confident it will be a wonderful experience.
Je suis épatée par l'accueil qu'on a ici, c'est incroyable, quoi.
The Kasba has become an essential landmark in Algiers, attracting tourists from across Algeria and abroad every year. The attachment, dedication and loyalty to the homeland, its oaths and its martyrs remain the guiding principles of these Algerians living abroad.
C'est un lieu historique qui permet de...
It is a historic site that serves as a reminder of Algeria's origins and history. The Kasba is a must-visit destination, one that I highly recommend. Visiting it is very enriching and offers a deep connection to one's roots.
Chargé d'émotion aussi.
The Kasba draws you in, captivating you with its history, beautiful architecture, and the warm hospitality of its residents. The key is to pass on this history to the younger generations.
Don't be chatting Kasba. We end tonight's bulletin. Thank you for watching. Take care.